like over a course of time, words often change meaning, and oftentimes the term strong black women, as far as it goes today, there are still people who believe in the more or less the original definition of it, meaning that a woman who's strong, you know, when you think back in the past, you think of great-great-great-grandmothers who were on plantations, and when the slave masters stripped their sons from them and so forth to carry them and ship them off out for labor, we basically see the recurrent echo of that same portion of history happening today, in which mothers, their children are being snatched, and instead of being shipped off to a plantation, they're shipped off to prison systems.
Okay, so thank you.
And so history often repeats itself, and sometimes in the midst of defining something, sometimes the definition gets lost in translation. And so what has happened a lot of times, like especially now, is that the visual dynamic of the word has changed. So you add in the different elements that's going on, and the attitude and the strong black women who stands up, will not bend, and so forth. So both sides of the spectrum do exist, but the thing about it is fine-tuning and getting down to whose definition is correct and which definition really should reign. So I don't think that the term should be thrown out. I think that the term may or less needs to be redefined or refocused and fine-pointed.
Okay, interesting point. I'm kind of liking that. Brother Mike, please tell me you are here with us.
I'm here.
Okay,
hello?
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yes, and Everline.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yay! Yes, there's a party up in here. We've got Everline Sam Harper. She is an RN, and she's also the founder of the Claudine Foundation. You can get more information about it on Inspirit Talk Radio's blog, Inspirit Talk Radio, inspiritcommunications.blogspot.com. Yes, I will learn the website address soon, yes. And also what will really save me from, just really blundering my way through this, y'all got to get on the Facebook page. I'm talking to everybody who's listening. Y'all got to get up on that Facebook page. Just type in Inspirit Talk Radio, type in Inspirit. You will find us and like us. That way I don't have to stump through this all the time. You can just get updates, on your phone or your PC or whatever you're doing. Okay, yay. All right, right on. And I'm going to shut up right now. Let's move on to Brother Mike. What say you?
I think something that Arthur said kind of really struck it, what my mindset is coming with, and you definitely talk about the strong black woman, because I think it does apply still, but I think a lot of it, the meaning has been lost in translation, just like a lot of our historical data and our historical culture has been lost in translation, so now I think I think it became too commercial and things like that, and it's been capitalized on, so now you have it more so meaning, instead of strong black woman being a foundation and a rock for womanhood and family and so forth and so on, and that being connected, which I think was our historical reference point.
Absolutely.
Now it's more so strong black woman, independent of family, independent, don't need a black man,
Word.
don't need a man,
okay,
so forth and so on. We have I think that's more prevalent, and more. I would say that was more promoted. I would say.
Can I jump in for a minute, Brother Mike, please?
Sure.
If you are listening, this is so relevant. You just really laid it out for me also, that when we look at the evolution of the term strong black woman, it really has appeared that it has evolved from the woman, who is, the center of the family and, that whole unit, it really has evolved to I'm alone. I'm independent. I don't need a man. I don't need this. I can do bad all by myself. And I'm just so glad that you brought that up because I didn't even realize that transition. And that transition is very telling. I'm sorry, but please continue, Brother Mike.
Thank you. Basically, I think it really, I think, like I said, it does apply, and there's a lot more that needs to be said and done as far as it's concerned. But, just really looking at, one thing I do want to mention, we were talking about, how back on the plantation, and I think we have to be very careful because a lot of that strong black woman has actually preceded plantation and slavery, and I'm a big proponent of us really going back into our history and not reinforcing that it started with slavery, but that it was so much further. That's true, because
there were a lot of matrilineal societies in Africa.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Absolutely.
So you had people like Queen Makeba and Queen Nzinga and, the Liz Hatshepsut and all these different queens who ruled nations and so forth and so on, and were the pillars of strong black women. So let's not forget them. Let's not forget the trail that they blazed as well. So I think that's where I kind of stand on it. So.
Absolutely. Okay. Really powerful points. Everline?
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, Tawana. How you been, sis?
I'm blessed, girl.
Good. Hi, Brother Arthur. How you doing?
I'm well, and yourself? How you doing?
I'm all right. Thanks for asking. So, you know what? It's kind of funny. This morning I was actually listening to Layla Hathaway's brand new CD, and the first song that she has on it is called Strong Woman. And in it she describes, like, just this whole multitasking, how she raises the kids and cooks dinner and, just kind of has to put up with certain things and just basically kind of like a warning, in the essence of be careful of what you do because you might lose this strong woman per se. And it's kind of like going along the lines of pretty much what y'all been saying, like she becomes the head of the household. She becomes this multitasker and she has all of these different responsibilities, so it's like that kind of seems to be the modern definition per se. And sometimes we just get those moments of weaknesses, like in the media, how sometimes we're portrayed when we're not in the strong black woman radar, if you know what I mean. Just kind of like, how should I say? Just not in that powerful light at times, but hopefully just like, I don't really know how to describe it, but that's just kind of my take on it these days, like just how it's just like this portrait of just being the head of the household per se. So.
Okay. So interesting. I really like that point, Brother Mike, that you brought up about how traditionally, in African cultures, a patriarchal society was not necessarily the norm. And so it was very common to have women, as the head of the household, as, hey, that's where you draw your lineage from, the mother's line. But even if you look at, like in Judaism, in Jewish culture, the mother's line is, where they trace whether you're a true Jew or not. So probably the whole patriarchal society thing, is probably typically very Western and definitely not, indicative of cultures, at large. But getting back to the strong black woman thing, if we look at what strong black woman means today, and you know what, I was on Facebook the other day, and there is this wonderful Facebook page. You got to check it out. It's called Black Women Deserve Better. And I love this Facebook page so much. And I believe it was a person who posted on the wall And they